Hello, friend. Welcome to another episode of the Mount Rushmore of Everything. Today, we are tackling fast food burgers. I'll do the first one. I think there are probably two non-negotiables. This is one of them. I'm going to start off with the Big Mac. The Big Mac is McDonald's main burger. If you think of a McDonald's burger, the Big Mac is the first one that is coming to mind. Probably the most iconic fast food burger. When I would talk to people about, like, hey, what if I tell you fast food burger, what comes to mind? There's two mentioned, always. This is one of those. It's, in theory, claimed to be the most popular fast food item on the planet, which makes sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that.
Invented in 1964, which is pretty old as far as fast food comes, because you got to think, like, the invention of fast food was somewhere in the 20s, 30s. 560 million Big Macs are sold a year, which is 17%.
They're still counting them?
Special sauce I thought was worth something, like, because special sauce is now a synonymous, like, we'll say special sauce is like a thing people just know what it is intuitively. Like, there are recipes online from, like, a Binging with Babish or whatever, where they'll be like, and special sauce. And it's like, yep, that's the McDonald's Thousand Island-ish stuff from the Big Mac. And then The Economist magazine has the Big Mac Index, which is how they, like, try to explain to people the power of money in different countries. To give you an idea of the exchange rate is kind of what it's for. So, do you agree on the Big Mac?
I do agree with the Big Mac. One funny thing is that I found about it in my research, my personal research on the topic, was that it wasn't the first name that they were going to give it. Yeah. The original name was the Aristocrat.
Yes.
And they decided not to because people didn't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
And so, which tells me it was out there for a while, and they said, they're not getting it. And then they changed it to Blue Ribbon Burger.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's just too many.
It's too many words.
Words, and why?
Yeah.
Do we need to be reminded that we're selling cows, dead cows? You know?
No.
All right, second one. Burger King Whopper.
I agree.
Okay, good. I think, like we said with the Big Mac, they nailed the name. That's what you want in an iconic product. In this case, a burger. You have something that is catchy, something that people right away can identify, and that's the case with the Whopper. This was the premium alternative to McDonald's Big Mac. So there you go.
It was made in 1957, so it was actually made almost 10 years before the Big Mac. 3 years after the founding of Burger King. Originally sold for 37 cents. And then half of their burgers are basically just adjustments to the Whopper. Like, if you look at their menu, it's basically Whopper, Whopper Jr., Whopper with bacon, Double Whopper, right? Like, I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but, like, half of their menu is just a play off of the Whopper. Time magazine had the 17 most influential burgers of all time, number 5, and it's credited as fast food's first gimmick burger, which is the idea of, like, something special about the burger that sort of makes it different, right? It's not just another cheeseburger. Sort of like a deluxe, exactly. And that's actually what forced McDonald's hand to make the Big Mac. Whopper, to me, is not only clearly on there, but my other non-negotiable. I think I only have 2 non-negotiables. It gets significantly harder from here. So, my third one, not necessarily ranked, but in this case, I feel it's clearly above... Yeah, it's like a borderline non-negotiable. So I say third in that sense. The slider from White Castle, or what's called the original slider.
Yes. I have it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
There are a lot of factors in that one that I thought I had completely forgotten about it.
Yeah.
And then I was saying, oh yeah, of course.
For sure.
And from what I learned, White Castle was the original or the first fast food restaurant.
Yep. Exactly. 1921.
Man,
which is like 30 years before the other ones. That's so far before the other ones.
100 years ago.
I know,
almost.
It's crazy. I also didn't realize, I thought the term slider, like, I just take the term slider for granted, right? Yeah. And probably we all do, right? We think slider and we think, oh, small sandwich, right? If it's a slider, you know it's whatever that thing is, right? So if it's just chicken slider, you think chicken sandwich, small version on a small bun. I thought it was sort of like the term burger, right? Like, it's just, it's what it is. I didn't realize the term slider was actually invented by
White Castle.
White Castle.
Yeah.
And now it's because, it's almost like Kleenex in a sense of like it became the thing, except in that case they are still called tissues. But in this case, they owned the term slider, which eventually is now the original slider is actually trademarked to them. So that's like an official thing. Like slider other places can use, but the original slider is their term. Also number 1 on Time Magazine's 17 most influential burgers of all time. Number 1. It basically created it, right? Like, I don't usually like saying the George Washington or the Abraham Lincoln. This is the George Washington. Yeah. Like, sometimes there isn't a George Washington.
Is the big daddy.
Yeah, this is the one that we wouldn't have all the other ones if it wasn't for this.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to pull another 4 for 4. It's been a little while. We opened this...
I am sure that's not going to happen. Because I had a hard time with this one, and I came to a conclusion, and it's going to be a little bit of a controversy there, and I don't think that you might agree with why I chose that one. Here is my pick. The plain cheeseburger.
From...
And that's the thing.
From.
But no... Because every restaurant has one version of it.
Yeah, but that's not the...
Well, what did I tell you?
The thing.
I know.
Like, you could say the McDonald's cheeseburger. Because that's the closest. But just the cheeseburger is a generic...
but it's just a cheeseburger.
That's not how this works.
I'm just saying, I told you that you were not going to agree, and you were not going to like it.
Well, that's because it's cheating.
It is not cheating.
It is cheating.
There is nothing as iconic.
Well, yeah, but it's a specific fast food burger.
That's what I'm going with.
Some people cheating their way out of the Mount Rushmore.
I'm not cheating. I just couldn't come with a specific one.
Yeah, but you gotta...
It wasn't important enough.
All right, Carlo. The ones I considered. The quarter pounder with cheese from McDonald's. I briefly considered. Then I thought about the Baconator from Wendy's.
It's too young.
But it's become very, very important very quickly.
Yeah.
So, by that logic, we could say, well... Back when we did movie franchises, we shouldn't have counted the MCU. The other ones I considered was the original Whataburger from Whataburger. Because, again, that's a very famous burger that even though I've never had it, I've never even seen a Whataburger, I don't think, but it's a name I still recognize. But at the end of the day, when you look at best burgers in America lists, you start to get this sense of like, okay, we kind of have the iconic and we kind of have original. What else can we have? So eventually I settled on the double-double animal style specifically from In-N-Out, which is the epitome of the In-N-Out burger. You know that In-N-Out is a big deal. But you don't necessarily know what their burger is, and then after I looked up, I'm like, oh, okay. I see the double-double is sort of that main one, and then animal style is a thing that everybody obsesses over. So animal style doesn't necessarily need to be roped into this, but the double-double is sort of the pick because at the end of the day, you gotta choose a specific thing, so I will go with the double-double. Because it's widely regarded as the best fast food burger in America, it started that movement that sort of led to Five Guys of the higher-end burger. And the In-N-Out burger is number 3 on Time's most influential burgers of all time, which is what really solidified it for me to have a place.
It wasn't heavy enough for me.
I still think you need to choose. You just need to choose a restaurant.
I did! It's a cheeseburger.
From where?
All of them.
That's cheating, though.
All right, from McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King.
No, one of them. McDonald's cheeseburger, I think, is a decent pick. Like, if you go McDonald's cheeseburger, that's
then you go to the Burger King, it's also pretty good.
Yeah, but it's not about that, though. It's about, like, if you think cheeseburger... I feel like if you're picking a generic one, you have to default to McDonald's, because McDonald's is the most iconic of the franchises. So, by default... And, like, they don't even have a basic burger, I don't think. Like, do they have something called the cheeseburger at Burger King? I'm pretty sure it's called the Whopper. Like, Whopper Jr. is the... Yeah. So, they don't even have something called that, I don't think. And Wendy's has it, but, like, if anything, the Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, the Baconator are all more iconic to Wendy's. If I thought to myself, I'm going to get a cheeseburger today and it's fast food, McDonald's, I think, is the clear... It's going to be McDonald's cheeseburger.
I'm sticking with cheeseburger.
Cheating. Let us know what you think in the comments. What are the 4 most iconic fast food burgers? Also tell Carlo how he cheated.
Spoilers, there's only 3.
There are not 3 because it's called the Mount Rushmore, and Mount Rushmore, last I checked, has 4 presidents. When one of the president's heads falls off in some catastrophic accident, then Carlo's can be valid. But until then, let him know how you feel. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Mount Rushmore doesn't have to have 4. You let us know in the comments because comments are how you continue the discussion with us. And hey, here's a challenge. Pick one person this week, have a discussion. What do you think's on the Mount Rushmore of burgers or Mount Rushmore of anything else? Facilitate discussion. It's a lot better than talking politics, right? Because you're probably not going to throw punches over fast food burgers, although I am pretty ticked with Carlo right now, I will say.
Maybe you will.
Maybe you will. But regardless, I hope you enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to drop a like if you have not already. Subscribe, click that little notification bell so you know when new videos come out. We have a new video out every single Thursday. Next week is our final episode of Season 2. It's crazy to think that we're already there. But we always have a live stream the Friday after that, so be looking out for that. We are excited to talk with you live. We have some special stuff coming. We might even be able to jump on calls with you if all goes well. So tune in for that live stream. It'll probably be the Friday after the Thursday of the final episode, which would mean 1 week and 1 day from today. We hope to see you then.
You're behind a car and they're waiting. They're like, what all did they order? And you get outraged.
When that happens, and then at the end of the day, they're just like handed to Frosty. And you're like, are you kidding me?
I know.
The machine is right by the window. Come on. Come on, Wendy's. Step it up. Not that this happened to me recently. This is a totally fictional event. Not real at all.